Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is I, Ptah Shakur, back for another wonderful program, the Ptah Shakur Speaks program, which comes live on the WRC-TV viewership, as well as going out through Facebook and then later on the YouTube page. I'm going to go ahead and do my due diligence, make sure everybody get your time together, get your pens and get your pads out, get your popcorn ready. I promise that today's episode is going to be a spine tingler, shall I say. So I'm going to go ahead and share this to my particular pages while that is being done. I hope everybody's having a wonderful start to the holidays here. We do have the holidays is coming up, so that, like I shared in the previous episode, it's an opportunity for us to express love and light to one another, and also this is also a time for other individuals that have maybe have lost ones due to COVID or due for other type of situations. This is also a time to be aware of mental health illness. So I'm going to go ahead and share this, like I said. If I give me just a brief moment. Shout out to Sharif Ahmed. And just while everybody's getting situated, I'm doing a little housekeeping here. Brother's not doing too well health-wise. We will be sharing his GoFundMe page. If anybody has a wherewithal to donate what you can to assist another. This brother has been very, very influential here in the community and had opened up this particular forum for myself and for others. Being the host of the very, very popular Hour of Power, which comes on in this exact same channel on Wednesdays from 8 to 9. Let me finish this up here. And if anybody out there wants to give a call in, it's a live call-in show. The number on the bottom there is 717-846-5067. Please give me a mic check. Let me try to turn this on here. Get your pen on there. Oh, okay. Yeah, we are live. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into the magnificence that's taking place. I normally begin with a real brief intro. If you can kind of hear in the background, I'm playing my solfeggio frequencies. For those that don't know what solfeggio frequencies, it's a particular tones that actually activate different parts of your chakra center. So it's very, very relaxing. It helps assist with healing. If anybody wants any information about solfeggio frequencies, just leave a comment there on the bottom of my page or on Sharif Ahmed's page, and we make sure to get that information to you. So, disclaimer. Gotta start with that. Warning, the information you hear, it may excite you, it may depress you, it may trigger you. However, I will effort to share the best of my understanding of all the knowledge that I've gained and all the wisdom that's been available to myself. This is what this particular forum is to express some knowledge and wisdom and understanding of what's going on at this particular time and how tremendously powerful you are that's listening. That is listening to this particular program. Like I said in the very beginning, this is going out live on the WRTZ channel. So if you want to call in, I got the microphone set up, got it down there. If not, I got a particular idea that I want to get off my mind, which it says right there on that board right there, New World Order or New Earth. So I'm going to get to that in a little bit. However, this beginning may sound a little bit egotistical, but I got to kind of get everybody an idea of what I'm working with, who I am, and why it is that this particular hour is so powerful, and how taking notes and writing things down or calling in and expressing any type of admiration, any type of things you disagree with, and things of that nature, because I believe with diversity, we coming together and actually sharing viewpoints. That's how we all grow as individuals. However, me personally, I am the illumination creating heaven on earth. I am the invincible presence of divine harmony. I am always connected to the frequency in the heart of God, and I now bring solutions to change myself and to change the world. I am the limitless open door which no man can shut. I am the mighty presence of source in action. In short, I'm your brother. Even in shorter, I'm you. I'm a catalyst for change, a role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, entrepreneurial, spiritual guide, and channel. I'm a rebel, here to uninstall cowardliness. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are orchestrated by the elites and who seek control over you and I, and their end game is near. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for all those seeking to understand the current cosmic energy shifts that is taking place on this planet, as well as the other planets in this particular solar system that's vibrating in every animate and inanimate being at this time. I am a dangerous man to those elites and their shadow government that has been corrupting the world since the 1950s, and for all those who are willfully participating in your own energetic enslavement. For all those that identify as feminine, I share we need you, we need your vision, we need your energy, we need your wisdom to help correct the ills that has been taking place in creation since we've started to really focus on a masculine dominated mindset that has thrown us into all the throes of war, famine, homelessness, and overall despair. And if you identify as masculine, whatever your acronyms are, I'm asking you to join me with this particular mindset. We would rather die like a man rather than live like a coward. And I'm asking everybody to step forward to help protect the human family, help protect our youth, and actually help them grow into the individuals that they were designed to be. For my 87 YouTube subscribers, this is really tremendous feat. I really appreciate all the love and all the questions I get. Constantly people come up to me, or I have a Ptah's mailbag, which I go into like once a month, where I answer questions that are actually posed to me by these individuals. This is a program that I was looking for, and so since it hasn't been brought out, then it's an individual such as myself is bringing this high-level conversation. Information, like I shared, is to educate what's taking place with new discoveries and things that should be in history books, things that should be in the school books, and things that are not being displayed on the mass media. This is the form in which that information is dispatched. So I appreciate all my YouTube subscribers, and I believe some of them is actually topping in right now. Some that I met at the what was it called? The Cannabis Health Educational event that took place last Sunday, put up by Bridget. She actually put a wonderful program together, had wonderful vendors out, everybody, the vibe and everything was good. And I just went out there and shared a few words of motivation and inspiration. So I got a couple subscribers on there. Appreciate you. Like and love. Please send this, share this with individuals that you love. Make sure that this matriculates the YouTube algorithm. Make sure that this gets out, because this is really, really high, powerful information. But anyways, back to my little intro. So all my 87, like I said, YouTube subscribers, I want to let you know that you are eternal beings, with eternity being a fraction of, forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful, love-like children of the most divine grid programmer, which is God. So if you're having a difficulty out there, remember that you are powerful. If no one else told you, I love you, and that love that actually comes from knowledge and wisdom of what's going on and who we really are as individuals. Our greatness has been swept under the rug, and in every chance that we get, we've been shown to look outside of ourselves as opposed to look inside of ourselves to tap into the greatness. But if you go back to all the different scriptures and scrolls, that's what the message was, to go deep inside and find the divinity that's inside of you. So to all my youth, all my hooded youth, I love you, we love you, even though my generation has seemingly let you down and the generation before has let you down. The buck stops here. We're all standing on our 10 toes, and make sure that if you're over the age of 40, this is a call. This is, like I said, I'm on top of the hill waving the sword. This is a call out for all of us to get involved with our youth and make sure we share as much knowledge that we possibly can, so they can unlock the greatness. We believe that the youth right now are some of the oldest souls in creation who are now reincarnated. Yes, I said reincarnation. Energy does not stop, it just transfers. And so with that, this is the most important time, a very important time to be in right now. The earth is actually switching over. We call it like the 3D, 5D split. Like I said, the cosmic energy. This is something that was shared about in the scriptures and scrolls, which speaks about the return of the Mahdi, the Christ consciousness. The minds alluded to this with 2012. You all get that. If you have any questions, please call in. I would love to dive in. I got to move kind of fast. I got some real hardcore content to get into. So, to all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, I'm going to let you all know that we are the new founding fathers of this creation. I'm asking everybody that can hear the sound of my voice, whether you agree with things I'm saying or not, to let's all unite in love. Love for self primarily. The only unconditional love you ever will find, unconditional love for yourself. And I'm asking everybody to give a small portion of that to the individuals that are masquerading in physical flesh as your fellow human beings. So I would never kill myself. I would never hurt myself. I'm a family member, happily married man about the community, a man who cares deeply about my fellow human beings, aka the different reflection of myself. So I'm asking everybody to get tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the most powerful all hours. This is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program. So, really briefly, if you can see this wonderful background that I have here, I kind of opted to open up with this particular background before I put my particular background that was designed by my wonderful son. This is a wonderful example of love, peace, and harmony. We all can go back to remember when we were children. We weren't focused on the bogged down of different perception. We wasn't caught up into the egoic mind to the point where we are at this particular side that separates us. We are united. We are all human beings. We're persons. That means we're all part of the sun. If you see the sun as being the life-giving energy that emanates life to all different degrees, and even the sun actually penetrates into the earth and actually provides life to the level that scientists are just now understanding of what's going on. So with this wonderful picture, you have a wonderful child from Israel and a child from Palestine coming together, love. So peace and love goes out to those suffering worldwide. There's a lot of suffering going on in Africa as well. There's suffering going on in Ukraine, suffering going on. However, with this positive love and light, and like I said, I'm not talking about politics. We're not getting to the governments and things of that nature. We're going to keep things on a positive vibe, because this is the most powerful time, like I shared, with the cosmic energy magnifying. The earth is waking up. So we're going to see what we're seeing in the form of news is the effects. Everything is about cause and effects. And I'll get into the laws and principles of creation. I've been getting a lot of emails. I've been starting to talk about the laws and principles, and then I get kind of sidetracked. However, with that, there are quite a bit of mass information that's being shared at this particular time. It was shared that even in the books, in the scripture, it speaks about the time of the false prophets and things of that nature. So make sure you use your own discernment. Use this. If you don't use what's going on, if you don't use this wonderful blessing tool that's inside between your ears, then someone else is going to be using that for you. And I'll be going more in depth into that. So like I said, you are powerful. Before I go into the message that I do have, you all, everybody can hear the sound of my voice. You are a powerful interdimensional being. When you lay down to sleep at night, your energy is not just relegated to the springs of your bed. You actually have the greater part of you, which it was said is that the part of us in your whole entire life that you live, from the time you was an infant to the time you die, in respect to the whole totality of your power, is like the fingernail on your hand. That's the existence that we realize. But the broader part of us, that's the part that is the all-knowing, that is the all-seeing, that is the portion of God, that is the part where I say you are not a drop in the ocean, you are an ocean in a drop. And scientists, like I'm coming from the scientific realm. I am actually astute as far as dealing with being a channel and being in the spiritual realm as well, but just solely dealing on the scientific realm, because people, to me, you gotta have to prove what it is that you have to say. I'm not a TikTok person, a person that catches a couple of videos and gets hyped up and think I want to come on a television program and project is what I'm projecting. So I asked everybody to check out certain ideas, such as what they call spooky action of a distance. Now this goes into quantum theory. And for those that don't know, our books that are in our school system need to be revised. So sorry. Our education system need to be revamped with this knowledge. And now unfortunately some of this knowledge has been kept away from us, and I know myself and Peace Elohim kind of went into that in the previous episode, as far as the dollar bill, how you see that little eye of Horus in the pyramid, and it's offset from the rest of the pyramid. That means only a few select few know this particular wisdom and knowledge. However, they're not sharing that with us. They're not playing fair. However, this time is for all of that to be exposed. Just real briefly, like I said, you go to my YouTube channel, Ptah Shakur. Matter of fact, let me switch the little screen around so you know how to spell it. People might say, oh, I don't know how to spell it. What are you talking about? I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here. Where is it? Oh, there you go. I already had it up. So anyways, that's how you spell it. Ptah Shakur. Go ahead on YouTube. You'll find out in January, the very first. Oh, I put my hands together, folks. That means I'm coming out with some hardcore stuff. Here we go. Got a little bit of delay going on. However, you go to the YouTube channel, Ptah Shakur, and go to my January video. I shared quite a few things to expect for 2023, and a lot of them have already came into existence. I shared as far as looking at the skies, making sure you pay attention to what's going on in the skies. And since then, it was Chinese air balloons and all type of UAPs, as they call them. And a lot of whistleblowers that came forth to share as far as different things that challenges your understanding of what you thought you knew. If anybody's over the age of 50 or 30 or 40, I would say in that realm, if you think that things that you learned when you were sitting in your whether it be public school, private school, whatever you learned when you were sitting in that seat as a teenager, things have definitely evolved and changed as far as the understanding of the universe, technology, things of that nature. However, the books that are currently in publication have not reflected that, and hence we see a fall, we see a collapse. We're going to talk about the collapse of the financial system in a moment, and then a man named Klaus Schwab in the World Economical Forum. I'll touch on that a little bit before I go into the laws and principles. The financial system is changing. The political system is certainly changing. Educational system, all of these have reached a pertinence. I'm trying to think of what the terminology is when a patient has reached a certain level where it's dire. it's on a critical I can't remember what the word is. However, the idea is that these certain systems that have been set up, particularly here in America, which is then orchestrated around the world, they have reached a certain capacity where they are in the stage of failing, and a new system is coming in. So this is the wonderful part. We are living in that part of Revelation where it says, "Behold, I see a new heaven and a new earth, where the former old earth and the former has been done away with." So that's the areas that we're moving in right now. But before I go into it, and I show you, I got a little screen. I'm using modern technology. Since we started the Ptah Shakur program, I share we're going to switch it up a little bit. I am eventually I'm gonna have guests, have some wonderful little fake plants and things. Maybe I'll get some real plants. Somebody out there want to give me some plants and want to donate, be a sponsor to the program. Love plants. Particularly around the winter time, we find ourselves, some people having seasonal depression and things of that nature. We got to make sure we're surrounded by life and energy. I know it gets cold, but go ahead and get outside and get as much fresh air as you want, because the inorganic ones, the enemies of truth, really are trying their very best to get us stuck in the home, stuck in these four corners, stuck in front of all these different screens, because they know what it does to us on a cellular level. It keeps us from evolving into our most higher state, shall I say. So this is my message that I got to share before I get involved. Like I said, it's a live call-in show. You want to go ahead and call in and ask me to expound on anything, or any questions or any type of motivations or anything, please do so. If not, I'm a rock and roll. So, message is, the idea that we are separate is the underlying cause to all of our fears. This is the lie. In pure awareness, there is no separation. Let me turn this down a little bit in case it's too loud. Excuse me. In pure awareness, there is no separation. Everything is entangled. Everything is one. You cannot live in acceptance of life until you're able to overcome your belief in separation. Only one who knows who is truly has the ability to live fearlessly without defenses, and thus experiences true power. You must look within to uncover the way that is right for you. In silence, you will know intuitively what is best in you in the moment. So what is that saying? That is basically sharing as far as going into one of the laws and principles of creation, that everything is connected. And so that's the very first law and principle of creation, is the law of divine oneness. Now when I say laws and principle of creation, let me kind of break this down, because I envision these particular programs to serve as a curriculum for a school of thought that I intend to open and express and go into detail. So this is just 101 type of level of knowledge. However, if anyone wants to get involved in it more, then we can certainly get into that. So I'm just touching a myriad of topics with this particular program. But when I say laws and principles of creation, what do I mean? What I mean to say is that there is structure in this physical world that we live in, and there is ways where we can understand the true power that we have and how we interact with the world. One of the most popular ones, and anybody can Google this, like I said, I shared in the very beginning when I gave my little disclaimer. Get a piece of paper, write some of this down. One of the most popular principle is called the law of attraction. You may find YouTube videos where once you do evolve from a point of maybe not subscribing to some of the drama-based negative programming that is on YouTube and everywhere, so you can get caught in the web of a whole bunch of foolishness that leads you down into an area where the enemy of truth wants you to get into, aka that new world order, which we will get to in a moment. However, there's programming. You go just type in law of attraction. You'll see different videos and things start to populate, and the more you start clicking on those, you'll find that your YouTube channel starts to really reflect what it is that you will be searching. So one of them is, like I said, a law of attraction. What does that mean? Your body is a antenna. Your body is a power center. You actually have a north and south pole. Just like the earth, we evolved from the earth. So the earth has a north and south pole. Your body has a north and south pole. Your left hand is the actual receiving of information, and your right hand is the expression of that. Hence, you see, I got my crystal bracelets on. Make sure you get your crystal jewelry. That's becoming, I was really pleased to find out at that particular holistic marijuana educational event, individuals there have crystals and things of that nature, and that's a sign for all the young ones. Like I tell you, the youth that's walking around the face of the earth right now, they're already used to acclimated to the truth of what it is that I'm expressing at this particular time, because they are like I said, divine beings. So you'll find a lot of youth experiencing more of these I would say symptoms than the older individuals. And what are those symptoms? Those symptoms are noticing repeating numbers. So if you're noticing repeating numbers, 1111, 222, 444, whatever the repeating numbers, and 911, which I've actually heard that's with your ancestors getting in contact with you. Because like I said, this is the show. This is the party, y'all. If you don't think that you're being watched and monitored at all point in time, this is the most important time to be alive at this particular time. So a lot of ancestors are around, particularly around this time of the year where the veil is a little thinner. Around Halloween and such, people come up to me and say, I have visitation by people coming to the house. So again, like I said, and how powerful the human mind is. If a person does not believe or have if they understand everything we experience, we got to run it through our ego mind. Your heart will know. The knowledge and wisdom that I'm sharing, and I open it up for individuals to call in and question and go forth. But I understand when it hits your heart, you know. But when it goes through your mind, you got to recycle through your ego system, which is a lot of your belief system. So if you grew up and you were taught that that type of conversation and crystals and jewelries and such was the work of Beelzebub, whatever, then it's gonna make you real hesitant, and the knowledge that is being expressed won't really sit in. It'll just go one ear and out the other. However, if I'm able to just reach one individual with these programming, I did my job. I'm doing what I can. I'm evolving as an individual. I owe nothing. You don't owe anybody nothing but the truth. That's for real. So is he accept it or leave it alone? Either way, I'm gonna have a smile on the face. So back to what I was saying, a lot of the youth are already acclimated to this. Ask them if they what's their thoughts about reincarnation. Ask them their thoughts about crystals. Ask them if they've been seeing repeating numbers. Ask them if they've been having ringing in their ears, which is something that's really been taking place. And I've been studying a little bit about the Schumann resonance and how some of the sunspots and some of the energy that is being sent out by the sun and how it's mixing with the energy, the Kundalini energy coming from the earth. Like I said, the earth is coming alive right now. That's what you're experiencing, a lot of things. You experience a lot of the poles. the poles are moving. As of last year, and that was really demonstrated when a lot of the cold air was kind of circling right above like the Midwest of the United States, and how that was interacting with some of the warm air coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, causing a tremendous ice storm. Strap in, folks. If you're not hearing these words now, I'm a little bit ahead of my time. However, just take what I'm sharing and just put it in the back of your mind. So not only with that, with the poles is actually switching at this particular time, which scientists have proven that the poles have been at least 3 different areas. They found out that the poles used to be, one was over there by Alaska, one time it was over there by Canada. So it's this skin of the earth is constantly moving, as with that's the physical geographical skin, as well as the electromagnetic poles have been switching around. You're going to see more earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and things of that nature. That's all just shared because the earth is at a point where it is waking up, and so it's almost being like on a sleepy dog. This is an analogy that I say quite a bit. That if you're on a sleeping dog and you've been asleep for thousands years, and keep in mind, we've been taught that recorded history goes back 6,000 years, and that's if you want to use certain scriptures as markers for human evolution. However, just going back to things in Egypt that go back 12,000 years, they're finding things that Göbekli Tepe go back 20,000 years. They're finding ancient hand things. Even here in America, it's a lot of ancient things that was now being found that shows that humans have been on this planet longer than we think. So that's why this energy we're moving into may be very foreign to a lot of people, because when your calendar only goes back 6,000 years and we're going through this 26,000 year cycle, which the earth constantly does, up and down, civilizations rise and fall, so you may not be privy to that. But when I was sharing about, so if you notice repeating numbers, ringing in your ears, all of that is a sign. If you find your diet changing, because like I said, this cosmic energy is pulsing through every animate and inanimate body, so we have a choice whether we want to choose to have something of a lighter density, such as fruits, vegetables, and things of that nature, things that actually create life, or we're going to stick to the dead meats, the slaughtered meats, which I would caution against that. You can do what you want, you can eat what you want. Some food, if you're going to eat the particular meats, to get things that's what's called halal or kosher, food that has been preyed upon. Think about that. You can actually put your thought, use your thought, like I mentioned about the double slit theory. The fact of the matter is, your physical consciousness is able to change a particular object into a wave or a particle. You have that ability. You have an interaction with everything that's around you. When you speak, the words, the vibration of what you say may be limited to a certain amount of space due to gravity. However, energetically, it goes out to the farthest reaches of the universe. I'm gonna double down on what I'm saying here. I'm saying that whatever your thought is the most powerful thing in the universe. That thought and that energy in which you construct yourself of goes out to the farthest reaches of space and return back in the form of a torus field. Everything in creation has a torus field. Much like a mushroom cloud that explodes, you see that comes around. If it was allowed without the advent of gravity, which scientists are still learning what gravity is, everything, and even like an apple, that everything kind of moves in that circular pattern. Even the universe. The reason why the universe is forever and unending, I need you to listen to this. They call it, and anybody doesn't know what a torus field is, just imagine being inside of a like a donut or inflatable, inflatable tubing. You go down the snow tubing or go use it in the water or whatever. Just imagine being an ant inside of one of those tubing things. You can literally just go around in this particular direction. You can go in this particular direction. You can even go on a spirally type of direction. Which everything in creation, there's no such things as... Oh, thank you. Just got a response about the music. Thank you. We're failing as we go. That failure is part of success. So I heard that the music was too loud. Appreciate you for sharing that particular message. So like I said, everything moves in a torradial field. Everything moves in that circular pattern. There are no straight lines in creation. So this basically, like I said, your interaction, what they call the laws of attraction. Let me get back on track. So understand that whatever you put out, you receive back. They call that something, don't they? Yeah, that's right. They call it karma. Whatever you put out, that's what you get back. The only way that could possibly happen is it has to be in the Taurus field. So sometimes concurrently, if you're trying to achieve something and you're going out and you're finding no success in it, it may be advantageous in a shorter distance to go inside. Because if you can go whatever comes out to the edge of the universe and then come back, who's to say when you go to the center? And what scientists now are finding out that when you go into the center actually holds all the energy for the construct of whatever is on the outside. And these are things you can find on Gaia. I'll spell it. G-A-I-A. I'm giving this stuff away for free right now, so make sure you jot this stuff down. Gaia is a particular news channel. You can go to Gaia.com. There's a myriad of wonderful programming on there that is sharing this, a lot of these scientific discoveries that you're not going to see that's coming from Yale and Harvard, and there's a reason for that. We'll talk about that. Some of those scientists are on the payroll a little bit to keep everything a little hushy hush. That's even going back to what I was saying on the previous episode about Nikola Tesla and how we're living in the 100-year sleep. That the knowledge and wisdom that Nikola Tesla brought about 100 years ago about 0-point energy, those type of ideas, if they was readily accepted at that time, you wouldn't have electrical wires, you wouldn't have burning of fossil fuels, we wouldn't be destroying and deteriorating the planet all for this. However, this is the time to be excited. This is a chance to rejoice, put a smile on your face, because this is the time where that knowledge is reigning supreme. And everybody, if you're paying attention, you slowly see how that old world of illusion is deteriorating. However, you got to be open. You got to be open to see, open to the ideas of what's being expressed in order for you to see. So, laws and principles of creation, laws of attraction, you can Google it. It says about the secret. What does that mean? That means that if you can see something in your mind, you can attain it inside of your hand. You actually have the ability to affect physical matter that's around you. You are a magnet. Either A, you're a magnet. And people always talk about magnets. We talk about magnets and how magnets attract. However, you got to also understand that magnets can also repel. So if you find yourself in a situation where you've been wanting certain change in your life, you've been wanting certain change in your relationship, a change in your financial situation, you got to realize how you're thinking, maybe rejecting those blessings, because, and we all know that we might want something and we'll pray for it really, really hard. We were given the tools of how to get things from God or universe. However, we wasn't given the accurate tools. What I mean by that, we've been taught we don't even know how to pray properly. And I'm gonna go into that, and even that's something that was in the gentleman Napoleon Hill kind of went into that. What is prayer? We'll go into that a whole nother episode. However, sticking on the topic of this, the law of divine oneness, this principle signifies that we are all connected and we're all part of a divine infinite energy that is much greater than our individual selves. It teaches us that every action, every thought, every word we speak is not confined to the peripheries of our individual existence, but reverberates through the universe, affecting the whole. It is the understanding that your life, my life, and all life is interconnected and interdependent. In recognizing the law of divine oneness, we understand that no one is alone. We are on this journey together, and we're not merely drops of the ocean, like I said, however, we're oceans in the drops. For if we can see, feel, and experience the extension of that same divine source, then love, companion, and compassion become the only logical respect. So in short, is what we speak. It's the knowledge Jesus was talking about. The golden rule. Treat somebody like you want to be treated yourself. And then you'll find out you can actually become that magnetic thing in your life. Meaning that the universe, how it responds, it responds by what you focus on. So if you have a car, and I find this when I speak to different individuals, and they'll be trying to acquire certain physical things in their life, and they say, I can't seem to do it. So I say, well, what do you want? They say, well, I want a new car. I want a new car. So, okay, well, tell me a little bit about it. I need a new car because the car that I got is a piece of crap. The tire keeps going flat. The windshield wiper don't work. Got holes in the seat. So just imagine the universe being with the ability to have ears and really listen to what you're saying. So the whole point, the universe has to say, what do you want? And then we say, my car has holes in it, and they don't start, and I gotta kickstart it to work. So then the universe is, oh, well, that's where their focus is. That's where their attention is. And so we end up getting more of what we don't want. The laws and principles is, no one is separate from this law. So it's not nothing special in order to activate this law. To realize that we've been using this law in our entire adult lives. But we just been doing it to get more of what we don't want. Now, those that have the 1% of the population, the rich, the elite, those that actually acquire a lot of physical things, they do so with ease. They don't work hard at all. They do so with the understanding that whatever it is that they have in their mind, they know that they must receive it. Because they respond off of these 3 simple things. Here's the first thing. Know definitely of what you want. So when you say, I want a car, okay. And I might ask somebody, okay, tell me about that. As soon as they say, well, my car, stop. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about the problems of your car. Tell me what you want. Oh, I want a red car with a roof, what's it called? Retractable roof. Purple fuzzy dice on the windshield thingy, the rear view mirror, purple interior. I'm like, okay, that's what you want. If that's what you want, then you can have it. By focusing on exactly what you want, now the universe is like, okay, they want a purple interior. Well, sure as that sounds. They want dice on the windshield. It starts to take note. Make sure that you keep that in your mind and keep projecting that. Some people do certain things as vision boards. Who would have thunk? Something as simple as finding newspaper magazines, if you can find magazines nowadays, and clipping out a couple things and putting it on. It works. I promise you it works. But all great breakthroughs come through break whiffs. Let me say that. All great breakthroughs come from break whiffs. Meaning that we have to break with the indoctrinated ideas and belief systems that we accepted as youth. We have to break through those particular things and open our minds and open our ears for a new idea, a new vibration, so shall I say. So even with the laws of vibration, if you want more money, you have to find out the vibration or the feel of that money, and you have to match that frequency. I was a youth education director for a period of time. Wonderful opportunity, wonderful job. Loved every single moment of it, interacting with our youth. If you're age of 30, I'll say it again, and it bears repeating. Make sure you do your diligence and reach out to these hooded youth that you see in the street. You can walk up on them. Some of them don't let the news and the media scare you. Don't be afraid of these young people. Go and share something to them. They know, these youth, they know what's real. If you come from a real, genuine aspect, if you want to teach them how to tie their shoe, teach them how to ride a bike, teach them how to write a check, teach them how to write cursive, teach them something that you got. You got a tool or something that you can give to them. So with these hooded youth, what they need is that they need that love and they need that frequency. So make sure that you share with them this particular knowledge in particular. Matter of fact, I do got some message for the youth. I'm going to say that for Wednesday. Stay tuned for the Hour of Power on Wednesday. We got a real powerful episode. We're going to have Mr. J. Beard on, and we have a youth. I was really a proponent of having youth. In order for us to move forward into the future, and plan for the future, we need to have youth's input. No longer should we look at the youth as far as they're being lesser. Oh, no. The youth are tremendously powerful. We're the ones who did, like I said, my generation and the generation before, we're the ones who tainted them. We didn't do our due diligence to make sure that they had the necessary things they need to grow into their greatness. So they're great. They just need to be refined in the way that they express that. How did we go? We allowed that foolish music to go through their ears. Yes, that foolish music. The wop and all that booty stuff, all that shaking, all that gun. Now, mind you, I grew up, I listened to all of that. Nas and Biggie and da-da-da, doo-doo-doo. I seen the shift. You can see what is back in the 80s was on some UNITY. You got a little bit of Public Enemy. You had that. And then as soon as it became real monetized and money, that's where the corruptness came in. So then you find people that don't know how to spell cat. You gave them a C and a T. Yet they got billions of dollars on their mouth and they got guns everywhere. You're wondering why. I was seen on the news, Kodak Black. I heard some of his music. I got respect for him, honestly. However, it's hard to get that mentality out. Man, he got millions of dollars getting caught on some drug trafficking. What do you need to sell drugs for? Please. And then you understand how the drugs come into our community? Come on now. Causing devastation amongst our people that's looking to get out of devastation and rise in this evolution. Come on now. But like I said, they say it's hard to treat old dog, new tricks. But these are new dogs. So reach on out to these new dogs. I promise you these new dogs will really respond favorably to the information and knowledge that you got for them. So long story short, short story long, just the understanding is that utilizing the power of your imagination. Yes. They said this brother came on TV and he's talking about imagination. Yes, I'm talking about imagination. These are some of our powers. These are some of our superpowers that has been, what's the word? Disrespected, not even focused upon. If you notice, young people, when you were young growing up, you used to use acorn was a hand grenade. You got a stick was a gun. You would just enjoy, you would have all types of creative, just bursting with creative energy. And then we're taught to sit in a room with these boxes. You sit there, your energy is not in motion, your chakras are starting to slow up, you're getting food that's despicable. We wonder why our children are failing and falling behind other countries. Look at what we're feeding them. We're not feeding them food. Your body's calling for nutrients. Instead of nutrients, we give it filth. So then the body is like, where's my nutrients? So then you find ourselves wanting to get more and more filth in our bodies, and our body's like, where's the nutrients? Where's my nutrients? So then we find some of our users a terrible thing. See some youth just so obese. Anyway, that's on a whole nother topic. So like I said, so you go up, you're sitting in this room, you learn things, you learn how to read, repeat, we learn how what the state flower is and what George Washington did. Not going to tell you this true history of George Washington and the founding fathers and how they were very much empaths. They very much was individuals that was able to get in contact in the spirit realm. A lot of them study the history of a George Washington, study his diaries. He had visitation. Alien visitations. I'm saying it on live TV. Alien visitation. Him, Ben Franklin, Hancock, Thomas Jefferson. They was all involved in some wild stuff. None of that gets put into the new. None of that puts into the teaching. So, anyways, we learn all these facts and figures, not even really understand the motivation of our founding father, and then we get to a point where okay, now we're letting life tell us where to go. I tell people when I get young people into a room, I say, how many ways can you get out of this room? They'll count. Okay, there's 1 door, 3 windows, 4 ways. No. I said, there's thousands of ways to get out of this room. You can go through this wall, you can go through that ceiling, you can go through that floor. That just shows you that just being in a physical constructs, that we are actually, in this world, we're actually kind of limited on what it is that we're allowed to do. So we find ourselves, okay, well, I guess, what I'm going to be, I guess I'll be a carpenter, I guess I'll be this. You got to pick a particular trade at a very, very early age, and then you go with it. So then what? You go to college, and you put out exorbitant amounts of money, and to do more. You might learn how to think. You learn quite a bit more information than you did in high school. However, when you get out of college, then you'll be lucky to find something within that field. Lucky if you find something within that field. So then you go to work, and then you get your wife, and then you get your child, get your house, you get your dog, you get your house with the picket fence, you get your side piece. Yes, this is what our culture is sharing with us to get. And then you reach your age when you're about in your 30s or 40s, and you realize, man, I don't want to do any of this stuff. This is, I I need to find out what my soul is here to do. And that's one thing I found about in COVID, how it was really, really beneficial, is that it actually shut us down from what our body consciousness, because like I shared before, and I won't go too much into it, you think you're two consciousness, you think you're one consciousness, but you're really two. You have your own body consciousness, and then you have your mind, which is supposed to direct that body consciousness. That body consciousness is what is breathing you right now. It's what is digesting your food. It's what is sending defense white blood cells. You don't have to sit there and think about it. Most people don't know we sick until like the day, 2-3 days afterward. Man, you had COVID 3 days ago. I didn't know. Your body is already handling that. So if you're not going to use your brain, your body consciousness is going to take over for you. And if you want to do that, your body consciousness is not going to do anything outside its comfort zone. It's going to stay, it's like a protecting mother. You still love your body consciousness, but understand that it wants to limit you. So if you want to go out for that new job, it's going to say no. If you want to go out and run a 5K marathon, it's going to say no. But if you want to actually go and expand the different abundance of places to go in this world, your body consciousness is going to say no. Understand that these are all limitations that is set up because that body consciousness is basically running the show, and we have not been using this at all. So before I get too much in depth with things, because I only got like 15 more minutes coming out on the WRCTV viewership. However, I'm going to go a little bit longer for those on Facebook, and then like I said, it's going to be on YouTube as well. I do want to kind of share this because like I said, the topic, New World Order or New Earth, you have a decision to make. And by not making a decision, you've already made a decision. You have there's an opportunity that's coming up. You know how they like I said, the movie Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka, he said how there's an opportunity for people to come to Wonka Land or whatever and get a tour and all that. Everybody was a buzz. Everybody was looking at getting in some chocolate bar and trying to find that. This is the opportunity way greater than going to Wonka Land. There's an opportunity for you to ascend and actually get in contact to some of the old scriptures we're talking about. Those old scriptures, and even in the Revelation was said, well, I see a new heaven and a new earth. You're talking about how the abundance, and a lot of people do. We hear this. You sit in church since you was a child, and these are the stories that have been shared with you. This heaven on earth. This is the opportunity for us to reach that heaven on earth, but it gotta be understood. So with this, we're going to have an opponent. We got some opponents called the New World Order. If you look at that dollar bill and you look at it in the back, you see Novus Ordo Selectum. That means that. So let me give you a little idea before y'all leave me. Who is one of the heads of this New World Order, you may ask? Drum roll, please. Let me see if you recognize this wonderful person here. This is Mr. Klaus Schwab. Let me repeat what I said in the very beginning. I would never kill myself. I would never hurt myself. I'm a happily married man, a man about the community. Consider myself a role model. Consider myself as an extension of you that are listening to this. You are a part of me, and I am a part of you, and I love me tremendously, and I love you tremendously. So this is an individual. And I just found this out today when I was preparing for this. Yes, I'm prepared for this program, folks. You see the level of sophistication. We're going to step it up. Black excellence. We got to make them see. So, he's an individual, Klaus Schwab, World Economic Forum. Please go study this. He is a person who's bringing out what's called the Great Reset or the Global Reset. Now, the first thing I did is I put it into Wikipedia. And when I put it in Wikipedia, if you put it on Wikipedia, this is what you will hear. Everybody listening, class? Get my little yardstick out and start hitting the table. The Great Reset is the economical recovery plan drawn up by the World Economic Forum in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. It says the project launched in June 2020. And basically what it kind of goes into is as far as changing the financial system in America. I got people contacting me on my channel here. I'm sorry, I can't really have a roll of solo today, so I can't really read the messages. So So it talks about this, the individuals changing, deliberately letting the banks fail. I need to point out a couple things. If you notice, as far as if you're a farmer out there, you already know. Some of your farmland has been ceded and taken over by the government here. And some of the food process, and because of that, the farmers across this great plain have been sharing, we need help. We need help in actually producing food made here in America. However, those calls have been falling upon deaf ears. And they're wondering why. Why would you want to import more of your food and things of that nature? Why is Bill Gates getting so involved with the Caltech, donating so much money to find out ways of genetically altering our food? These are all things that we really need to think about. And this individual here, the president of Ukraine sits, the Russian president, the U.S., they have representatives from every country that sit at these meetings and listen to this individual talk about this global reset and why it's important for the money to be shut down. Why commerce needs to be shut down. Now, this is the funny part. Like, I read this on Wikipedia, and it said, it was launched in June 2020. And I'm thinking, now, I guess I'm Ptah Shakur. I'm an insider. I'm aware. I'm a historian. I do my due diligence to make sure and use this particular brain of mine to ascertain what's really going on. So that sounds funny. So I checked another source. And I checked the source because that 2020 didn't make any sense. Because I know this global reset plan has been set up way before that. And this is what I found. So the plan for which the Great Reset originated was called the Global Redesign Initiative that the World Economical Forum, after the 2008 economical crisis. I said, oh, they're slick. Oh, hold on, I'm like Eddie Murphy. Oh, no. Or become no. They're slick. So if you read the Wikipedia, you would think that this World Economical Forum started in 2020 as a result of COVID. However, it was really originally called the Global Redesign Initiative. And then they changed their name in 2020 to make it seem as though COVID was the inspiration for this particular reset. They didn't get that. They didn't get past me on that one, y'all. I caught them on that. So basically, if you look back, some of this was really shared by President Reagan back in the 1980s, when he talks about this new plan. I think it was he addressed the NATO. So these are things, like I said, it's in the dollar bill. This dollar bill, like, how long has that been in existence? For quite a while. So you'll find people like Bill Gates, who has been Bill and Melinda Gates. These individuals have been saying, please put that in your, not only put solfeggio frequencies in your YouTube, and start listening to that when you go to sleep. You find yourself having peace of mind. And you need peace nowadays, folks. Solfeggio frequencies, I'll give you 2 things for free, y'all. I'm giving out bargains. Solfeggio frequencies, listen to it when you go to sleep. You'll find that it heals different energetic centers in your body, makes you feel lighter and more aware and less in this fog or this mental conditioning or this illusion that is being propagated on top of us. And then also, make sure you look up this World Economical Forum with Klaus Schwab, and you'll see other individuals such as, like I said, Bill and Melinda Gates, how they openly have these conversations about how there's too many people on this planet. We're going into the New World Order, y'all. It's right there on the screen, right there, and right there. This New World Order is a plan that is constructed because they got some difficult decisions to make. They said, we got so many people on this planet, and it's really killing the planet. Now, there's different movies. Oh, I forget. There was a movie that I was watching with, I can't remember what the movie was, but it really mirrors what is going on today and how, hey, this is what they're saying. It's a lot of fishy stuff. And I know this would come up like a conspiracy theory, but the title of this particular writing is saying, conspiracy theories aside, because they don't, if anytime you want to debunk something or make people not pay attention to it. All you gotta do is put conspiracy theories, and we're programmed to think, we'll go down that street as soon as we see conspiracy theory. Oh no, let me stay away from that. That's the boogeyman. The boogeyman is the one who does that. However, this person who wrote this article, conspiracy theories aside, push that all aside, there's something really fishy about the global reset. So even taking the knowledge of, okay, you can't prove some of this individual who wrote this opinion piece is really kind of going into it. So basically, long story short, story long, I don't want to, this is the time to talk about some of those individuals, that 1% of the population that is making decisions for the 99%, and what that is, and study the, I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. However, it was an initiative that was done in 1950, I believe. The Brookings Report. Got it. Thank you. The Brookings Report. Google this. The Brookings Report. Brookings Report was done here in Washington, D.C. I think it's a Brookings building, institute or building or something like that. They gather individuals from different sectors. I got to speak kind of fast. I got about 4 more minutes for people that's watching this live on TV. The Brookings Report actually gathered up historians, individuals from the stock market, schools, all sectors of commerce and all sectors of life, gathered them all together in one room. And they said, clear out, straight out, if we was to tell the American people the truth, and I'll get into what the truth is another time, I don't have time for that right now, the truth, what would happen? They disbanded, came back 6 months later, and they said if we would share with them the truth, that unemployment rates will rise to a certain level, fatalities would rise to a certain level, joblessness, religious institutions would plummet, all as a result. So they decided to not tell the truth, but instead what they've been using is they've been using Hollywood and using the motion picture institutes, and they've been slowly kind of dropping little hints and clues to try to slowly bring the consciousness of people to a certain level. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'm just here just sharing with you facts of the matter. If you're a person that enjoys your own spiritual sovereignty and your connection with the divine source, you may opt to go for the new earth. With that new earth, what does that mean? That means you turn away from all that inorganic. You turn your back to it. We ain't got to fight. I'm not saying about going to protest. You won't find me protesting anything, anywhere. It's all about love and light. Where do you put your energy? Do you put your energy and actually buy that for Christmas? Are you buying those Oculus, metaverse, whatever thingy things to put over your head, to be inundated with programming and messaging on that particular level, to the point where your consciousness syncs up to that electronic device? Yes, I say that. So your consciousness is sync up to these electromagnetic devices. Oh, don't pay no attention to what Snowden said. Don't listen to him. The man who's still on the run from the government for sharing the facts. And there's a couple other whistleblowers these are hackers. These hackers are cold-blooded. They're able to get into secret databases. They find things about, I'm going to say, off-planet operations. Just going to put that out there. Other things as far as how they're using their phones. They constantly watch us and monitor every move. I said that even on the previous episode of how Facebook found out that there were thousands of accounts that was open for individuals under the age of 12. A big no-no by their standards. But did they delete them? No, they did not. They kept those particular accounts active, studied them, sent programming information to them. So basically they're constantly learning who you are and what makes you you, and then transferring all that information into something digital. AI. Woo! I love myself. I love my community. I would never hurt myself. And then in the same token, you find that they're taking robotic technological designs and actually making them more human-like. I missed it. He just kicked off. So So love and light to everybody on the WRTV program. We're going to keep going just for a little small snippet. But for those that want to actually move into the realm of this new earth and understanding the divine abilities that are manifesting inside of us, these are abilities that Jesus said himself. He said, greater works shall ye do. The consciousness and things that in the miracles. What miracles I'm talking about? I'm talking about miracles of healing the blind. Nah, you might say, Ptah Shakur, you saying some foolishness right now. This is in your book. Say your book. This is in your book as far as how Jesus healed the blind. Turned water into wine. I don't know about that one. Actually caused a man to rise from the dead. So if you really understand that, if you really believe that, then you should believe that there is a way to make that take place. And there is a concept of what he utilized in order to reach that particular level of understanding and abilities. Those are the same abilities that is available. Like I said, this is the Wonka. This is the opportunity that's available for you and I if we want to take those steps to enliven ourselves. I, Ptah Shakur, I'm here. I see myself as a bridge to help individuals get to that particular point while I'm getting to that particular point. And by finding meditation, something simple by closing your eyes, realizing that your eyes receive so much information in your brain got to say, save or store, save or keep, save or keep, save or keep. That's your ego. Save or keep, save or keep. As you start to open your mind to new possibilities of things, then your brain will start keeping some of the things that you see, and then you start to have more of a conscious knowledge of what's taking place. So when you close your eye, you take a deep breath, realizing that your lung capacity has tremendous connection to your brain capacity. And then you realize that the powers that be, once you constantly in a state of fear, hence, let me change my little screen here, hence, coming out with these new COVID, we got a new Omicron. Hey, I seen some the other day. They want you masking up again. Coming with that again. So as long as this could be a fear-based, get you in a state of fear, you'll be completely under this mind control. You become energetically controlled. You become physically controlled. Google kinesiology. Oh, I said it right the first time. Kinesiology, aka muscle testing, is a scientific science in which you can use a person's own strength to figure out what level of consciousness or truth that they're radiating in. And individuals have already experimented with this. So one of the guys' name is Darren Brown. He's on YouTube. There's a video of him. I'm going for a little bit. We freestyle a little bit, family. There's a video on YouTube where this dude, Darren Brown, he goes on to like a boxing ring there in London. And he has some individual, pretty decent type of build. He asked him to pick this young lady up. Picked her up with ease. So he said, now do this. He just went, put his hand behind him like this. Didn't touch him. Just put his hand behind him. That person could not lift that woman. Could not. He was laughing. Everybody around him was laughing. All right, next person. Dude was a little bit more, a little taller, a little bigger. He asked her, hey, lift the lady. Easy peasy. All right, now do it now. He put his hand behind the back. The person couldn't get her off the ground. He was trying. The face was trying his darndest to reach to raise that person up and couldn't do it. Then at the third person was dude. He was a real big dude. He told her to lift. Of course, he lifted her like it was like lifting a gallon of milk. Then he did that. He put him up behind him, and the dude, he struggled. He still got her up, but it still gave idea. What was he doing? How could him just having his hand behind something? This goes into Reiki. This goes into energy. How is it that a person could stand behind you and take away your whole energy? So understand that when you operate in certain patterns, that you are easily physically controlled as well as spiritually controlled. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Use your due diligence. We are living in that time right now. You have an opportunity. This is the great and dreadful day of the Lord. It's great if you have the knowledge. It's dreadful if you don't. However, the universe is so perfect is that whatever you want, you will receive whatever you want. If you want to stay in this inorganic world and be put into a system where for 8 hours a day you got these particular glasses on and you interacting with this digital technology while it's learning you the whole entire time. Meanwhile, you're not outside playing with your children, or you're not outside enjoying this cosmic light codes that's coming from the sun and enjoying the abundance of nature. Because like I said, the earth is waking up, and as it wakes up, it has more energy to share. But they're going to have you inside a room with this thing on your head, eating these particular, almost like in the Matrix. They're already designing foods right now, these different type of liquids and fluids that have all the nutrients you need. So you just sit here, put your little hat on, and one day you had like the hat with the beer cans on it, like back in the 80s. You have this little straw in your mouth, you sitting there slurping this. That's the Matrix, folks. Straight from the movies. So that is the route if you want to go down that way. Either way, I'm saying this is going to be a wonderful end of the rainbow. But it's almost like in Candyland. Do you really want to go all the way around the Candyland board? Or would you rather take the little Sunday slide and get to the end in a more expeditious way? Ptah Shakur, I'm here to share with you. There's a way that you can get there expeditiously by following your heart, going within, rejecting this particular society that's trying to get us into this fear-based establishment, and have that love and light and just shine like children do. So, like I said, this is Ptah Shakur. We got the, make sure you stay tuned for the Hour of Power, which is taking place on Wednesday at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Same, going out to the WRTC channel. As well, it's going to be on my YouTube, on my Facebook page, and then going on to YouTube as well. Make sure you interact, call in. We're going to be doing to have some youth representation as far as what we need to go in. Jay Beard and the young God is going to be on here as well. So like I said, in my closing words, I'm asking everybody to find that divine love that's inside of you. If you don't have a place to go to find your peace of mind, if everybody in your house is crazy and you're trying to change your diet and your 5 friends is looking at you crazy because you want to eat some Impossible burgers, or you want to eat lettuce, see you over there eat lettuce and carrots while they over there drinking Henny and eating chicken wings all the time. They laughing at you. Hey, you need to find some new friends. Understand, every tub sits on its own bottle. You are only the one responsible for your own self. Ain't nobody coming, ain't nobody praying for you. So you need to do it on yourself. So if you need to find somebody that can walk with you, I'm not going to pull you. I ain't going to pick you up. But I'm going to walk with you. Make sure you reach out to me, individuals like me. We're a growing, like I said, we're a growing power revolution that's taking place here in America and worldwide. A lot of individuals is waking up and switching into that new dimensional reality. So I ask everybody in my little closing, find your heaven on earth. I promise you. Go out in the woods. Go out and get some fresh air. Get away from all these screens and things of that nature. Once you find your heaven on earth, I promise you, you'll get in contact with the God divine within. When you do get in contact with the God divine within, I'm asking everybody to create small pockets of heaven on earth so we can start to flip all these cards over. Ain't nobody coming to do it but us, so we got to do it. So this is Ptah Shakur heading out. Love and light to you all. Peace.